Punch Out Tierlist, Nick.
What's up, guys? It's me, Arekkusu, and today we are going to be doing a Punch Out tier list. Now, I couldn't do a stream about it, so I decided, why not make a video about it? But anyways, so let's get started, so that way we're not, like, bullshitting through the video. These are the arcade games, so let's start with Arcade Punch Out. Honestly, if you guys remember throughout, like, my playthrough of 2-3 videos, Arcade Punch Out really pissed me off, and that's why I'm really putting this in C-Star, especially Sandman TD. I don't want memories down memory lane, but I can give you probably a clip somewhere in this video, somewhere like in a box or something. I'm just saying, Punch Out Arcade was really fucking bad. And this can go for Super Punch Out Arcade too, and honestly, this is like the reason why, like I say, like, the arcade games to me are pretty much just like, they're not like, they're the first 2 games of Punch Out, and they're honestly not even the best games. Like, I'm gonna be honest, on my first playthrough, these games were stupid hard since they're arcade games, so they got like arcade difficulty to them. But a part of me just kind of just doesn't like how this game is and doesn't like how this game feels, in my honest opinion. That's why these Punch-Out games are so low on the list. But we're going to move up on the list. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. This is immediate. I would say it's probably A or around S tier in my opinion. This game is perfect. Alright, it takes everything those arcade games did, and sure, it definitely dumbed it down since the NES is nowhere near as powerful as an arcade machine. But in my honest opinion, even if I can't beat this save stateless, you know, this game save stateless, I get to like Mr. Sandman, and that's like my limit. But like, I went through so much on Punch Out NES. Matter of fact, I'm gonna put it in fucking S tier. I went through so much in this game. Getting defeated by Mr. Dream, spending over 2 hours on Mr. Sandman. If you were there for that, you were there for that. Getting my ass beat by Great Tiger, King Hippo, figuring out these guys' puzzles was actually like an amazing, like, it felt like journey figuring out this game a lot. And now it's like every time I do save stateless runs, I can go all the way up to Mr. Sandman like no fucking problem, dude. It's actually really freaking cool how much this game has taught me over time. But yeah, Punch Out NES, easily, especially Mike Tyson's Punch Out, easily going in the S tier. Easily. Super Punch Out, I'm probably going to have to put an A. Now, the reason I'm going to put this one in A is because, in my opinion, like, I do love that Super Punch Out gives you, like, all the moves, like, you know, that gives you, like, uppercuts, fast, face punches, fast, or super body blows. They give you, like, way more moves to work around with than Mac ever does. But I feel like a lot of characters were, like, butchered in this game. Like, for example, Mr. Sandman, Dreamland Express, nowhere near as fucking scary. Like, not, it's similar to, like, Punch-Out Wii's Mr. Sandman Dreamland Express, but at least in Wii, Mr. Sandman's speed kind of backs him up, like, in terms of being an actual threat. But everybody else in this game, like Hoy Corlo, Nick, and Rick Bruiser being the final boss, that's also what dims down this game a little bit for me. But other than that, this game is still, like, a Punch-Out game, but I still think it's, like, better than the fat majority of, like, I still think it's better than the arcade games. Now, Punch-Out Wii, this is easily surpassing Punch-Out NES, with no question. It has the best graphics of all the Punch-Out games. I'd argue the best music in the entire fucking series. Have you guys listened to the main theme? That's why this game is easily S tier. Like, easily. The cutscenes are all great. Each fight is fantastic, and it helps you learn. I went through the craziest shit playing Punch-Out Wii, dude. My whole mental state was different. Going through the original contender fights now, I can easily bitch everybody in there, and it's fun. I love redoing just the regular contender mode in Punch-Out Wii because it's so fun. Title defense, I can do, like, most of the characters, and then, like, Mr. Sandman I get stuck on for, like, all of eternity because he's, like, so freaking fast. But that's Punch-Out Games tier list. Now, this tier list right here is Punch-Out NES characters like on a tier list, like in terms of difficulty. So we're gonna start with Glass Joe. Obviously, he's the easiest character in the entire game, without a doubt. Von Kaiser can also go in the pretty easy tier, in my honest opinion. Like, he is not shit. I mean, he's like pretty easy. He's like a little bit harder than like Glass Joe. But like, other than that, like, not by much. It's not even by much. Let's see. I don't think they have I think they have everybody here. Look, my brain is like all over the place right now. Fuck it. I'm just gonna rank whoever. Doesn't matter the order. King Hippo, definitely pretty easy as well. King Hippo is pretty easy, mainly because once you figure him out, like you wait till he opens his mouth, hit his head, and then his body just you can beat that man in like a minute, 50 seconds, if you're really quick enough on your finger mashing, like A, B, A, B, A, B, A, B, and King Hippo goes down pretty damn easily, dude. It's not a fight. Now, they're not including like Piston Hondo 2, but I'm going to say Piston Hondo 1 would be pretty easy. And like, same with Piston Hondo 2, like he's easy, but like around meh. I would say Piston Honda goes around meh if we're considering like both fights in like one. He's like a little bit more difficult than like Von Kaiser, King Hippo, and Glass Joe. But other than that, like he's just pretty meh. And I would argue Don Flamenco 1 definitely goes in the very easy tier. If you know the loops, he's actually arguably easier than Glass Joe himself. But if we're talking about his second fight where you actually have to pay attention, he would, like, a lot of days, he would probably go decently hard for me. But, like, if I'm really sweaty and if I'm in the middle of a run, because you guys know me, I fucking choke in the middle of a run and pressure really starts building around here, because for me, like, when I see this dude, like, the second time around, that's how I know, like, Mr. Sandman's coming right up. And it's like, ugh. But if we're talking about his first fight, it'd be down here. But if we're talking about if I'm stressed, probably like around here or here, just depending on the day. But for now, I'm just going to put him in meh. He's pretty meh as a fighter anyway with his moveset. But anyways, let's get to Great Tiger. Great Tiger, I would argue, is pretty easy too. And I say pretty easy because literally once you figure out his shit on his head, his little ring shit, he is legit not a problem. Like, whatsoever, he is not a problem. And I mean that. And also, when you figure out when he ducks, you can, like, hit him in the gut on that side to gain a star punch, and it gets even easier. But, you guys remember the clip. Ah, what the fuck is that? So, yeah, when I first fought him, obviously, I wasn't going to know what the fuck he's going to do. Bald Bull. Alright, I don't care what people say. I'm putting Bald Bull in decently hard because for eons, I would flinch every time he does Bull Charge. This doesn't matter. It can be the first or the second fight, especially his second fight with the rolling punches being faster and everything in his arsenal just being faster than his original fight. That's why I say he's decently hard. Soda Popinski, I would argue nowadays, since I know the strat, like back then, he used to be the NES run killer, so he would kill my runs like every fucking time, and I mean every fucking time. But nowadays, since I bitch him so easily, he goes all the way down here, to be honest. He does not stress me out whatsoever. If I can land those 3 star punches, this dude is over. Like, Soda Popinski is over, dude. I can bitch him pretty much. Yeah, just immediate, let's go very hard for Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman, for me, like I said, save stateless. I can beat him, but it takes me, like, a very long time to beat Mr. Sandman save stateless. Like, in NES Punch-Up, because he's so freaking, he's fast, he's very difficult, I can't tag him all the time, and so on and so on. Super Macho Man's a little bit easier than Mr. Sandman, in my opinion, for me, anyway, but, like, I can't get the fuck out of my, I can't get him out of my head when he does the fast Macho Punch. Not the slow one where he charges it up and does yen, 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 you know, his fast version. But his really quick version where he just one instant one just always fucking gets me, which makes his fight semi-worse than Mr. Sandman, but he's still really hard. And obviously Mike Tyson's in the godly tier because Mike Tyson put me down a billion fucking times, dude. So this tier list right here is Punch-Out Wii fighters. So, Glass Joe, we're going to start with, like, around... He's still a good fight because he teaches you shit. So... You know what I mean? I'm not even, like, that mad. I don't know why he put two Von Kaisers when his haircut's completely different in one of his fights. But, yeah, title defense Glass Joe, I would say, is a tier above him. Mainly because I remember struggling on Glass Joe title defense, but after I figured out how to get his head thing from Aaron and stuff, this guy became really easy. Von Kaiser, I would argue he's also like a D tier. Actually, I'd probably argue they're all like C tier, to be honest. Really good fights. But if we're talking Von Kaiser TD, since I don't know why the hell they didn't put his picture in right. But for Von Kaiser TD, I want to put them all in like C tier because they're all like really good fights. They're like really good fights. They're easy, but they're really good. They don't actually stress me out. Not at all. Regular Disco Kid can actually go in the same tier because he's easily way more telegraphed, and he's the first ever Punch-Out Wii character I ever, like, mastered in terms of, like, getting stars and beating him in about a minute or two. No joke. Disco Kid, easy. King Hippo, I would argue he's easy too on his regular, but I would say King Hippo, like, TD is a B tier. I'm going to put this in terms of difficulty, so for everyone that knows, this is term difficulty. For me, I don't like fighting King Hippo TD all that much, mainly because, he doesn't open his mouth all the time, and that really fucks with me. Piston Hondo, he is a phenomenal fight. I actually like it more than, actually, you know, fights I don't like, I'll put, like, in a lower tier. So, like, there you go. Piston Hondo, regular Piston Hondo is actually a phenomenal fight. I actually like him more than Glass Joe Disco Kid. Actually, that might be a lie. I fought Disco Kid TD a lot. So I'll put Disco Kid here. Same with Von Kaiser TD. I do enjoy fighting Von Kaiser TD way more than, like, Glass Joe TD and stuff like that. But, anyways, Piston Hondo TD for me, holy shit. Piston Hondo TD, I remember it took me the first time 40 minutes. Now it does take me around like 20 minutes since he's pretty much the same as his regular fight, but just even faster and has a little bit better moves. Bear Hugger is like an easy C. I enjoyed him, but like he wasn't like omega difficult. I can say not the same for his TD. I'm just kidding. His TD fight's okay. Literally, my strategy with him is just knock him out once every round, and I just win due to time. He's not that bad, but he did take me a while to beat. Great Tiger's a bitch. I fucking hate him. Especially TD. But nowadays, I can actually argue TD, Great Tiger, and obviously regular Great Tiger are great fights. And I say Great Tiger TD is a great fight because I can bitch him in 1 minute doing the speedrunner strat where you hit all the clones and then you star punch his head and just instantly KO the motherfucker. So, literally, he becomes great. And regular Great Tiger I still struggle on. I can't beat him round 1, but I can get him in round 2, no problem. Don Flamingo is super fucking easy, and I love his fight because you can just loop him by hitting him in the face once, gut, face, gut, face, gut. Kind of like the NES game, to be honest, where you just loop him over and over and over again. And Don Flamenco TD can actually arguably be C tier or around B, actually around C, B tier too. Mainly because, actually I'm going to put Don Flamenco, both versions of Don Flamenco in B tier because they're great fights. They are great fights. Even though Don Flamenco TD originally made me kick a sprinkler, I still think Don Flamenco TD is actually a great fight. And on top of that, like, just loop him again, but you just do the opposite. It just takes a little bit longer to loop him. Aaron Ryan used to give me problems, but, like, I don't hate him anymore. I just time him out, so that's why I'm going to put him in C. And arguably the same thing for his TD fight. It's arguably the exact same. I just do that. Soda Popinski, regular, I can bitch him, no problem. So I'm just going to put him in C. Like, actually, I'll put him in B, fuck it. I do enjoy his fight, but, like, his TD fight, oh my fuck. Dude, D tier. I'm putting his fight in D tier. Not because it sucks, but just in terms of difficulty. Like, if we're going at difficulty, then, like, most of this roster is going down. Like, going down to, like, C tier. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should have listed this better. Because now it's kind of complicated, like, in terms of enjoyment or, like, not enjoy. Like, well, okay, enjoyment will be higher, and lower will be the people I really didn't enjoy all that much. I'm going to put Aaron Ryan down here. I'm going to be honest. Aaron Ryan, TD, made me not enjoy the game. But Soda Popinski, TD, definitely made me not enjoy the game. I hated title defense, Soda Popinski. I have fucking video footage of 41 minutes of just going through them, dude. I don't need to talk about it. Bald Bull, y'all know I hate Bald Bull. Bald Bull TD is going to be our first F tier. I fucking hate Bald Bull TD. Look, I would put regular Bald Bull, I'd argue, in even C tier, because at least I can knock him out with regular punches, and he will actually go down 3 punches, and I can take him down round 1. Bald Bull TD took me 2 hours to originally beat this motherfucker the first time I played. Definitely not fucking... Actually, matter of fact, enjoyment, I will put Von Kaiser TD. Where is he? I'd argue an A tier. Same with Glass Joe. And same with Great Tiger TD, because they're great. They're phenomenal. Right? They're great. They're great fights to me. I love them. Yeah, I'm actually going to put way more fights from the regular one in A tier, because they don't give me fucking problems. So, yeah, you know what? I enjoyed a lot of the fights. Same with Glass Joe. I'll put Glass Joe here, too. TD Glass Joe. Change up the tier list a little bit, because I enjoyed pretty much all the base fights. You can say I enjoyed a lot more. Yeah, I'll still put Bald Bull a little lower. But yeah, like, a lot of these guys in terms of enjoyment, if the lower tiers are not enjoyment, then, yeah, okay, well, that means everyone's probably going to be put in, like, A tier, because I enjoyed at least so many of these fights a lot more than, like, what's coming up. Like, yeah, but anyways, yeah, I might put Soda Popinski in F too, because I just did not enjoy his fight. At least Aaron Ryan, like, the only thing that really annoys me is when he does the swinging thing. That's it. And, like, I'll put King Hippo TD in C. Not because they're shitty fights, but mainly because I start struggling with these. Super Macho Man, yeah, easy A tier. I can knock him out in 1 round. Not even worth talking about. Super Macho Man TD, I fucking hate Super Macho Man TD. And the reason why I hate Super Macho Man TD is because he either goes straight to A or straight to C or D or F, depending on the day. So I just kind of want to maybe put him in the middle of A and F and D. So I'm going to put him in, like, C. But the reason why I put him there is because, like, I either am really good at Super Macho Man TD, or Super Macho Man TD just eats me fucking alive. And I mean that. And I mean he eats me alive. It's not even a question. He eats me alive. Regular Mr. Sandman's just going straight up in A tier. I fucking love Mr. Sandman's fight. Easily one of the best fights in the game. Donkey Kong, I'm honestly going to put him in S. I'm going to put him in S tier because he was the final challenge in Punch-Out Wii for me, other than Mr. Sandman. And I'm going to put him in S because not only I did struggle with him, but I struggled with him nowhere near as much as everyone else did, and said he's actually easier for me. Donkey Kong for me is an easier fight than Mr. Sandman TD. In my opinion. This is just opinionated. But Donkey Kong, I can easily get knockouts on him and then literally just time him out. And I did it so casually, like, excuse me, my last few Punch-Out Wii streams, so casually I just knocked him the fuck out. Like, knocked him out, but, knocked him, I'll knock him, once or twice per round, but, I'll just time him out, and it's become so much easier over time to knock him out. Doc Lewis, I cannot say I fought because I never owned Doc Lewis's Punch-Out, where I just do the sparring and shit with him, so I can't actually rank him. But I would immediately put him in S tier because that's the boy Doc Lewis. You cannot put Doc Lewis any lower than S tier. Mr. Sandman TD is going straight F tier. I hate this fight so much because he is the point where you just want to just I hate Mr. Sandman TD because of how long he took me. He took me 2 whole videos. Super Macho Man TD took me 14 minutes, and then the rest of that 2 hours was straight up Mr. Sandman beating my ass. And then after that, I spent a whole 2 or 3 hours making attempts beating Mr. Sandman over and over and over again. He was beating my ass constantly until I beat him, which was such a great feeling beating Mr. Sandman TD, which in terms of fulfillment of beating him, S tier. But like the fight itself, F tier. I still hate this fight going through it on every single new file I make. I don't like it, I hate it, and it's just not fun. But that's all my rankings for the Punch-Out Wii. We gotta put some respect on Super Punch-Out in terms of character difficulty. Alright, Glass Joe, immediate F tier because he is easily the easiest fighter in the entire game. I love him as a character, but, you know, like Gabby J. Yeah, love him as a character, phenomenal character, love him. Also voiced by Charles Martinet. Fucking love the dude. Glass Joe, if this was not about difficulty, S tier character already. Bear Hugger, a little bit harder than my boy Gabby J, but not that bad. To be honest with you, not that bad. I can't remember who was next. I think it was Bald Bull. I'd argue Bald Bull's a little bit higher than Bear Hugger, but not by much. Since actually, you know what? I'll put them in the same tier because I do lose to Bald Bull sometimes, but like nowhere near as much. Bob Charlie, I'd put him in D tier too. He's pretty alright in terms of a fighter. Just don't get fucked around with by his bullets. It'll be straight. Piston Hurricane, yeah, like around D tier. I would say a lot of these characters are going straight to D tier, to be honest, because they're not hard at all. Same with Gabby J, not really that hard, but I don't think he's like F. Well, I might put him in D with everyone else, because he's not just straight up F tier. He does a little bit more. He does more than Glass Joe, I would argue. So you know what? I don't think I'm going to put any character in F tier in terms of difficulty, because I'm not really a Punch-Out speedrunner, so like that shit doesn't matter. Okay, so let's get to the next character, because I don't want to spend too much time. This video is already 20 minutes, and I know, like, 20 minutes is a long video, so, let's see, Dragon-chan. Dragon-chan became infinitely easier for me once I figured out, like, when to hit him, because I remember I used to struggle on him way back in the day, but now he's just much easier. Mask Muscle, I'm going to put a tier above everybody else, because he actually gave me a lot of problems in my earlier runs of Super Punch-Out, so we're just gonna keep it there. Keigo Kaguru, I can't really beat him save stateless right now, so I'm just gonna put him in like A and S, because like I haven't really made it past him before, so in terms of save stateless. But if we're not talking about save stateless, he was still pretty damn hard, so I'm gonna put him in B tier, to be honest. He was still hard. Even with save states, he was hard. I'd argue Aaron Ryan is there too, because, you know, I barely was able to beat him. Mr. Sandman, I'm disappointed with Mr. Sandman. Mr. Sandman's an immediate C tier. And the reason why I say that is because Dreamland Express is disappointing. It's not fast and quick. Mr. Sandman fails to intimidate me in Super Punch-Out. He's just a failure. He's a walking L. I'm going to be straight up honest with you. He's just a walking L. I don't like him. Hoi Kuro, easy A tier. He is easily way more difficult than Hango Kaguru. Noctis Prince, once you figure him out, like, you got to hit him in the face. And then he becomes a lot easier as a fighter. So I'm thinking between B and C tier for me. If I was fighting him save stateless, I'll put him in A. I'll put him exact same tier as Hoi Kuro. Actually, matter of fact, I might just put the guys I didn't beat in S tier save stateless. Super Macho Man, even with save states, is an easy S tier because he just fuck off, like just fuck off. I can't remember Mad Clown that much. He's very very out there character, very boring. And the brothers, I'm just going to put them in S because I can't really say too much about Super Punch-Out since I haven't really beaten it save stateless or gotten very far in it. Like, Aaron Ryan / Heigo Kaguru were like the furthest I got save stateless, but with save states I did beat this game. It's just that a lot of these characters are just the places that they are.